Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to another video. So, Football Manager 19 is coming out soon. Excuse me. I'm a bit ill. I wasn't going to do a video on the new features. I saw it came out last week while I was off on my holiday. I went onto YouTube and saw that 674 different FM YouTubers had made a reaction video on it. So I thought I didn't really need to enter the fray with something basically the same. Despite, it gets good views and a few subs, but I couldn't be asked. I was off on holiday getting stoned. So, but actually, I just came back and I was just making a video, the sort of ramble where I talk about all sorts of stuff. And I was going to include FM19 and my thoughts on it. But actually, when I went back to look at it, I was like, well, actually, there's quite a few bits I want to talk about here. So I'm not going to take you through every little detail of what's changed. I just want to point out a couple of things. You've all seen it by now. Here's the footballmanager.com features. I'm sure you've all seen the changes. You can pause and look at stuff if you haven't already. But also I kind of forget. I sort of went to myself, well, I'm not going to make the video because lots of other people have made the videos. But then I kind of forget that people want to hear what I think of said game. So here it is. Right. The first thing, the least surprising thing, the thing I called out ages ago, was that there's going to be a training overhaul, isn't it? It's training, brand new training, which is fantastic. Now, I can't see me personally getting massively invested in training. I probably will use it a lot more than I do now because, let's face it, what you do now is you set it to team cohesion and tactics for the first couple of months of the season, and then you just put it on whatever. But this looks old school. Look, you can create groups of players to stuff, and this is much better. I think it'll be a case of a lot of people will sort of have a play with it. There's probably some default options so you don't get too off kilter or whatever. But then I think people will on the workshop will have like downloadable training schedules and stuff, like work out the best sort of stuff. But there's a really interesting thing, and it just gives, they talk about how important or how Football Manager is trying to copy the game exactly. That's why we can't buy houses and do silly shit, because they just want to focus on the game. And yet training, which is such a big part of the game real life, has barely been touched. So I'm really, really glad they did it. Lots of group stuff. Is there Piggy in the middle? I haven't seen it. But yeah, really good. I hope you get lots more feedback as well from the coaches about who's doing well on the training. I think you get that as well. Yeah, very, very happy. Lots of detail here. So big thumbs up. Training, yes. Freshened UI. And what they mean by freshened UI is that they made it purple, didn't they? I'm sure there's lots of other little bits. It says there's other little bits to make it cleaner and stuff like that. Just maybe. I like the way that now, whichever team you're managing, it colours your Football Manager a little bit. So here's Watford. So you get extra yellow panels and stuff like that, depending on who you're managing, which is really good. And the purple's fine. It's purple, isn't it? That's FM's colour now. They've gone for it. Good for them. Purple. Well done, you. That's all I've got. VAR and match improvements, my friend. We've got VAR, boys. Match day is what every manager spends their week preparing for. It's what happens on match day that ultimately determines a manager's success in a football. Yep, whatever. So there's VAR in the games now, lads. So let's have a watch of some VAR action. Okay, that looks like an obvious pen. So is it going to VAR? Yes. If this is not skippable, right, I'm going to be pretty annoyed, because this is fine the first time, maybe even the second time. The 300th time you watch the referee run from the penalty spot to the centre circle, it's going to get a little bit old. But I don't mind it. I'm hoping it's something that you can skip if you do. And it is only in leagues that VAR exists in real life as well. It looks like that's for the goal line technology stuff. I have little to no care. It says match improvements. More than 500 animations have been replaced or improved. Okay, so they're not just new. They're not just 500 new ones in relation to however many animations there are already in the game. So don't get too excited. They replaced some and improved some, so we don't know if there's a million more, but it's not going to be most 500, isn't it? These include ball control animations, crosses, headers, passes, shots, tackles, some celebration, and even crowd movements. No mention of goalkeepers. Please be a mention of goal. No, there's no mention of goalkeepers. Oh, God! Okay. Anybody who watches the channel knows how much I hate the goalkeepers, especially when it comes to animations. Oh, okay, Okay. New stadiums. Finally, team talks contain more information in FM19. That's good. Yeah, great. VR. No mention of goalkeepers. Okay, we'll just deal with that. A new manager induction, aka a tutorial, aka almost a complete copy of what I suggested in my how to do an FM tutorial video. The only thing they've done differently is made it just a little bit more boring. Instead of having, because in my video, basically I had the FM screen behind me. I was in this top corner. And I pretended to be like a coach or an assistant. And I went, all right, Gaffer, welcome to the club. Well, the first thing you want to, I don't know why I put an accent on, Camden Town, London, is go to the tactics, change this to this, blah, 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 blah. And what I had on the screen behind me was the FM screen, but then any section that they needed to click on, I'd have highlighted. Identical to this. Which, I'm not saying they'd copy me, of course not. That's kind of not the most complex tutorial in the world to do. I'm delighted that they've done it. We need more newer, younger people playing this game. So any time they can make it easier, rather than those stupid little yellow tick buttons, is just fantastic. So gets new players get to grips with the game. I'm loving that. And the same with it takes you through all the basics. So it takes you through each of the main screens and stuff. How deep it goes? No, I'm not confident. If you're a brand new player, I reckon you can play the tutorial and then at the end of it go, okay, I still don't know really what I'm doing, but okay. I think anything that does that sort of stuff helps. I think great stuff. Bundesliga partnership. We knew about that kind of last year. It is now for sale in Germany. We have the right names and badges and all that good stuff. So that's fantastic. The last sort of biggest thing, maybe, it's not quite a brand new design, but it is the revamped tactics module. So I really like this. I think it's absolutely brilliant. The biggest thing, where is it? There's sort of two biggest things. Here it is. Having different setups based on when you have the ball or lose the ball, all that good stuff is so good. It's so good to have the ability to go, okay, we're attacking, we're doing this, but we lose the ball. What do we do? Do we high press and just keep charging it? Do we drop back? And this is so important to football. I think this is brilliant. You can change how you are in possession, in transition, and out of possession. When the goalkeeper's in, I think this is game-changing levels of brilliance from FM. And I also, especially for someone like me who's shit at tactics, like having this sort of, it's almost a mini guide. The problem with FM at the moment is that if you're new, you go to the tactics and it might have some suggested tactics or default tactics, but none of them have anything to them. They're the most basic, boring, dull, not very good tactics with no instructions, not even a couple of basic ones just to help you out. It's just nothingness. So being able to go, okay, I want to play tick-a-tack of football, it gives you a selection of team instructions that you can then tweak and do stuff with. Fucking brilliant. Both these things, well done, whoever idea, design, and all that sort of good stuff. You can choose your line of engagement, your defensive line. We got a pressing forward now instead of a defensive forward, I get it? Yeah. makes sense to be a pressing forward as opposed to a defensive forward. That made no sense. But yeah, really good. And I'm sure there's some new roles and stuff I haven't looked through. No nonsense fullback. That's every League 2 player's dream. And no nonsense. So instead of that sort of... excuse me. I think this just makes the whole thing clearer a bit, doesn't it, really, to be honest? It's like, yeah, these are the new bits. I just think it's fantastic. Overall, as a whole, I am pleasantly surprised with how FM19 shaken up. I think because obviously Sports Interactive in the last year, they've moved offices quite far, and that's a big upheaval. I thought that FM19 might not be a massive update, a few tweaks here and there and stuff like that. But it turns out they've been working a lot of time on some really improvement things. Obviously, UI is fine, but it's the training and it's the tactics. The only thing I really worry about is the match engine. So little mention. We got VAR, but there's so little mention. It says, we've got 500 more animations that have been replaced or improved. Stadiums. Some tweaks to the player roles, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm worried that dynamics have been now integrated into team talks. That's good. I'm worried about the 3D match engine. I'm always worried about the 3D. I know we joke about the fact that the 3D match engine looks like it was built in 1998 or 2001 or something. Actually, was it built in? No. It doesn't look the best. And I'm okay with that. This is not a Call of Duty-esque, hyper-realistic FIFA match engine. It can't be. They don't have the manpower or budget to do that sort of thing. So I'm not worried. No, I'm not bothered about it, the overall look of it. I just want the football to look like you're watching a real football match, as in the player movement. I don't want 90% of the goals my goalkeeper concedes being near-post shots, which, as a former fat goalkeeper, that's your entire job was near post is the first. You never let the goal go in near post, okay? If he pings it in the other corner, good for him. But in FM, so many near post goals. The goalkeepers are fucking I'm going to go off on a rant again. Okay, the goalkeepers are just bad. And if they're still bad in this, Miles and the people at Sports Interactive, please fix them for FM20. Please, 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 please fix them for FM20. I'll make a deal with you. I'll deal with it for this year, FM19. If they're just as shit, we'll go through it. We'll deal with it. We'll laugh at it. But please, be something down the line that's going to improve it. Maybe some of these animations will help. There might be some goalkeeper-based ones there. They didn't mention goalkeepers, but I'm just a little bit worried. Okay, there we go, my friends. There's my thoughts on FM19. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you're most looking forward to. Are you worried about anything? Make sure you check out my video in about 2 days' time. I'm giving away 10 copies of Football Manager 2019. So stay tuned to the channel for that. Subscribe for a ton of FM19 stuff when it comes out. Hopefully I won't be sick. It'll be lovely. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.